Well, it's been a while since I've done this type of video, and I thought it'd be great to do a little roundup of all the things I've been working on and some of the things I'd like to actually get finished. So, along with that, there's going to be a little sneak peek of something very exciting that's going to be happening for the month of October. So, if you want to find out more, keep watching. Hello and welcome to Killer Kitsch Lizzie, my weird little world where I like to knit and sew and do other crafty things. And in this video I'm going to be talking about things I've finished, things that need to get done, and at the end of the video there's going to be a little sneak peek at something that I'm working on for October. If you are on my Instagram or have signed up for my monthly Patreon, thank you. I have now relaunched my Patreon as a monthly membership. There's two different tiers. There's Kitsch Kitten and there is Kitsch Queens. One of them gets the main project and a few extra little things, and which is Kitsch Kitten, and Kitsch Queen gets the monthly project, a bonus video, and some other little extras. I thought August, we're still deep in summer, it's still hot, people are still going to the beach. Also, my theme for the year is B-movies from the late 40s up to about the mid-60s. And one of the super popular summer type movie would be beach movies or beach party movies. So I have created this is a super versatile coat as well. It's called the Beach Party Coat. And what I'm going to do, you're not going to be able to see it very well here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up little video clips or photos as I'm talking about the garment. But this is the Beach Party Coat. And again, you'll see it better in the video clips. But it is a dolman sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, swing style coat, but it is meant for summery fabrics and, you know, things like you could even do terry cloth or cotton, or I've chosen a little bit of a heavier cotton, only because I want to be able to wear this from spring till fall, early fall. Yeah, so on the video there is drafting instructions on how to draft the pieces. It is a Haslam system of dress cutting project, as well as I do a video showing you how to sew it. It is a very simple coat to sew. I've also fully lined mine, not necessary, but as I said, I want to be able to wear this for the upcoming months. I also did a cuffed sleeve. It is super cute. Very versatile. You can make it as a beach coat, or you could even make it fancy, because opera coats of that time wear in that swing coat, dolman sleeve style jacket. So you can make it simple and you can make it fancy. I am not going to show you what the bonus project is, but it is in the theme of this because it has not been released yet over on Patreon. But I hope you sign up. It would be great. Right now we're doing Haslam. I'll be doing Haslam for the next few months. And the reason I'm doing that is I want everyone to get their Haslam system of dress cutting pattern drafting skills down. And once we get those down, we're going to move on to a different type of draft to home type system. So that is the Beach Party Coat. Now, this next project, completed sewing project. Things are falling on the floor now, of course. There we go. This was a different dress. I've talked about this in the Forgotten Ones video, my whips that needed to get done. So originally it was a cross neck style dress, and unfortunately it didn't fit me properly. I don't know. I think I didn't draft it properly. It bunched here. It just needed a lot of, and the darts were too high. It was just a whole bunch of things. As well as I think the fabric I used, this fabric was slightly too heavy for that style of dress. So I removed the bodice and I redrafted, not redrafted, but I used the B6453 B6453 Buderick Gertie design pattern, and I had enough fabric from that bodice and a few extra leftover pieces that I had saved to make the bodice, and I just used the gathered skirt from the other dress. Again, you know, you have to like repurpose when you can, right? I didn't want to completely waste this fabric. Now, the problem was this fabric was probably better suited for trousers. It's not super heavy, but it's not quite thin enough for that dress. It works okay for this dress. And I did do another sleeveless dress in this fabric, and it was fine. But for the cross neck dress, it did not work. So there's that. Next up are two knitted pieces. I wanted a couple of shell style tops for summer, knitted ones, but I'm allergic to wool, so I couldn't make these in wool. And acrylic, which I work in, would have been too hot for me. So I knit these in worsted cotton, and they came out really cute. So normally I'm not a fan of a high neckline, but the neckline is actually a little bit lower and bigger in this actual pattern. So it is a 1950s pattern. So this is called Tomato. These are loops and thread, yeah, I think, yarn, which I found at Michael's. I think it's the Michael's brand, house brand, I think. So this is called Tomato. And then I did another one in Aqua. A color I never realized I actually looked good in. I look really good in like teals, turquoise, aquas, that. So there is that one. And even though it's worsted, it's lovely. I wore it on a super hot day a couple weeks ago, because here in Canada we're having horrible heat waves. And I gotta tell you, it was super comfortable. I mean, it was a big stitch too. I think these were like 4.5. Yeah, the body is 4.5 millimeter needles, so it is very breathable and super fast to knit. And I'm really happy with it. This pattern does also have options to do a DK weight or fingering weight. I did a DK in acrylic, super hot. I can't wear it in the summer, but it'll be cute in the winter time. And what I'm going to do is probably knit a matching cardigan to go with that one. So that is a future update. I was going to show it today, but I think I want to show it as the actual set. So that is some knitwear I got done. Next up is the Lee Target Woolfair cardigan. Now, if you were part of the knit along, I had mentioned that if I got a original copy of this, I would scan it in and give it to anyone over on Patreon over on Discord, who wants to in the future knit this. Now, I have to give a huge thank you to Elaine. She found a copy of this, thought of me, and mailed it from England all the way over here to Canada. So I could have the original. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much, Elaine. You are amazing. Was such a wonderful gesture. Truly, truly appreciate it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... It's in a little bit of a rough condition. I'm going to scan it in at some point soon, I hope. And then I'm going to... It's got... whoever had this taped, I guess they had used it a lot. It's been folded a bunch of times. And the spine cracked, so they taped it with like regular tape, which has since yellowed. And I might be able to get the tape off. I'm hoping I can get the tape off. And then I'm going to scan this in and clean it up. And if you are a Discord member, eventually when I get this done, it'll be over there for you for free. I wish I'd had it when I did the knit along, because I wanted to give this pattern to everybody for free, but I have it now. So that will be coming in the future. Also, there's like a sweater here that I want. I'm going to see if I can find it, actually. Apparently in England, the Lee Target knitting, whoops, as I throw it down, the Lee Target knitting patterns were quite popular, and Elaine has come across a few of these apparently, so... And that is coming at some point soon. And sort of one sneak peek. Not the sneak peek, but one of. There was a bit of saga in relation to this fabric. I had looked all over Toronto trying to find a 100% cotton gingham fabric. And I gotta tell you, it was a challenge. Everywhere I looked, it was either 100% polyester, which not gonna happen, or it was a 50-50 blend, or like a 65-35 blend where it was more polyester than cotton. And I had actually given up. I was almost going to go and buy a 65-35 polyester cotton blend, because this is going to be our September Patreon. Not going to tell you what the project is, but it is actually inspired by a movie I watched. I've seen it a few times. So I literally was going to go buy it, and then I thought I'm going to do one more search. And I changed the wording of what I was searching for. And magically, a fabric store popped up to the top of the feed. And it's one that my friend Lori and I drive past all the time. But we had not gone in because our experience has been the smaller fabric stores are usually quite expensive. I get it. It's a small business. You need to charge more. So that's kind of why we didn't go in. And now we both wished we'd gone in before, because this was very reasonably priced. It was a wider bolt. It is beautiful quality. And I'll link in the show notes below, as well as the full blog post about this. The store in Toronto that we went to, in case anyone in the area would like to go there. Oh, speaking of, before I relaunched my Patreon, all my blog posts were over there for, they were in relation to all my videos, right? I have since moved all of those over to killerkitschdesigns.com. I'll link in the show notes below. That is my Killer Kitsch blog post, or where I was doing all my blogs before. And then I put them over on Patreon because I wanted kind of to connect everything in one place. But since I'm now doing monthly memberships on Patreon, I'm moving all of the blog posts related to my videos with all the extra information and links and stuff over to that website. So again, I'll link it in the show notes below. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about things that are still not done. I'm going to do a knitting project first because I started this project more than a year ago. Last fall, I think, maybe earlier than that. So far, what I've made was knit up incredibly fast, but then I ended up doing a bunch of test knitting and it got shoved away, and then I forgot about it, to be honest. And then I was going through my fabric because this is where I've stored this bag, and I found it and I was like, I need to finish this. It's going to be perfect for fall and winter. And it is the Tara Dayton Sinead wrap cardigan. I have knit both front panels. They're done. They knit up incredibly fast. And I'm using this, it's a DK weight. So originally I actually did knit this. I tried to do a light worsted, but it came up too big. So I decided, because at the time I wasn't finding any DK weight yarn that I actually liked, but then Bernat has this, it's called Bernat Softy Baby, kind of peachy pinky color. And it's super soft. So yeah, this is what I'm knitting it in, and once I'm done the thing I'm going to show you in a minute, I'm going to go back and finish this so that I have it for winter. And before I start the next knitting thing, it's sat there forever, and I actually feel bad about it because it could have been done a long time ago. So let's talk about the things that I still need to complete, and they are summer related and I need to get them done. I'm going to make a bit of noise for a second. Please bear with me. So the first most important one to get done is, excuse the crinkling, I have cut out a red pair of Loretta shorts. My denim ones, which I made a few months ago, I have worn them constantly. They are incredibly comfortable. All cut out, all prepped, ready to go. I just need to friggin' sew it up. I've been busy though. I've been working on Patreon stuff. So what I'm going to do is I have September's Patreon that is I need to do the toile. It is ready to go. What I'm going to do is once I've got the toile done, I'm then going to take a day to finish these, as well as, and this is from Subversive Femme, it is the Series 1013 bare arm blouses. I'm wearing one right now. I made this one and I made a nice red one. I cut out a brown one and this cute green Swiss dot version. All prepped and ready to go. I just need to sew it. And I'm going to try to do the shorts and at least one of these in, hopefully both of them, because these are super fast to sew up, like incredibly fast. It's kind of scary how fast they are. Not scary, but they sew up very quickly. I want to get these two done before the end of summer. Now, sleeveless blouses I wear all the time under cardigans in the winter and fall, winter, and early spring, so it doesn't matter if they're not done for summer. I can wear them whenever, but I'd like to get them done. I like to wear them at least one time before summer ends. Also cut out and ready to go is the Sew Over It Betty dress, which was another dress. This originally was, let me pull this out so less crinkling. This was originally the Peggy dress, which I hated on me. There's a whole entire video about that. I will link it. And I wanted to make sure I used this fabric. I didn't want it to go to waste because I bought this fabric quite a while ago. And it sat in my stash for a long time for the right project. And then it ended up being the wrong project. So it's a burgundy with cream colored dots on it. The skirt I can use as is. I didn't have to do any changes to the skirt. And I had enough from the Peggy bodice as well as the scraps to cut out the bodice for the Peggy, or sorry, for the Betty dress from Sew Over It. And then the actual body, the actual bodice of the Peggy dress, believe it or not, if I put it facing on it, like reverse it, like put the back to the front and put it facing on it, it's a cute bolero. Believe it or not. So if that does not work out for you as a dress, you can turn it into a bolero. You just have to make a few slight changes here and there. So yeah, so that is also something that needs to get done. Again, this could be worn for the fall. It is a heavier material. Put a cute little cardigan over top. I have a cream colored Lee Target Wolfare cardigan that I can wear with this, which would be super cute together. So I just need to get that done. And I had made this toile years ago, a couple years ago. Did not fit. It was way too tight, even though I did my apparent size. It fits me now. So that is on the pile. Last but not least of the things I need to finish is, this is also found over at Subversive Femme. It is a 4784 multi-top pattern. I did the size as is because the original one I did didn't fit me. It was way too big after I graded it up. I graded it up way too much. So I did the as is size for this because I want to like figure out how much to grade it up from the toile as opposed to just like guessing. So it did come out too tight in the bust. So I need to grade up the bust and I need to grade up around my belly area. Simple fixes. Also, oh, the bust dart has to come down. It's way too high, but that is because in the 1950s, bras were a completely different shape than they are now, and the pattern was made to fit that type of bra, and I don't have that type of bra, so I'm going to have to lower that a bit. Also, as you get older, your breasts cave into gravity, and they're not quite as high and perky as they used to be, so I need to grade for that as well. And I think the underarm was just ever so slightly too tight on me, so I just need to scoop that out a bit. And again, this is a pattern that I can just throw a cardigan over. It doesn't matter if it's not done in time for summer, but it would be nice to have it for summer. And I have two fabrics that are ready to go for that, so I just need to get that finished. But again, I'm working on this stuff in between the Patreon projects, so I'm hoping to get far enough ahead in the September project that I can take a day, possibly two, to finish these four sewing projects. So getting there. And without further ado, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of something I'm going to be releasing in October. And you're going to look at this and go, not much of a sneak peek, but the colors will show you that it's for October. Now, with this pattern, you don't have to do orange. You can do a bright purple or dark purple or a green or a brown or any of those colors. Black even would work beautifully with this. I'm doing contrasting colors with it as well. When the pattern is released in October, you'll understand. Right now I'm finishing up my sample so I can take photos, finish the first draft of the pattern so I can send it out to some of my testers. So there's something fun coming for October. I love doing Halloween knits. They're my favorites. So those are all of the things I'm working on, all of the things that are done and need to be finished. And I'm hoping to get the pile of whips done sooner than later. But as I said, I'm working on Patreon. I'm concentrating on that for my sewing at the moment. But I'm hoping that very soon I'll get the next month's done and I can actually move on to this stuff. So if you enjoy this type of video, please give me a thumbs up. Comment below. Nice comments only, please. I do appreciate your comments, and I've had only lovely ones lately, so that's great. And if you do like this type of video and you want more of this type of video, please let me know. I can do this on a more regular basis because I am sewing and knitting all the time. And I would love it if you're not subscribed, because I do, in my stats, notice there are a lot of people not subscribed that are watching my videos, and I would love it if you subscribed, because when you do, you get notifications about when my next video is. So, that is it for now, and until next time, stay kitschy. Bye!